Alright, so I know a lot of people have been asking for help on 2b2tpe, which, I mean, it's fairly understandable, and lucky servers in general are pretty tough. So I thought I'd start a sort of mini-series, I don't know how long it's going to go on for, on the server. Whether I'm going to be doing it all in hardcore to prove that everything can be done on the server, and only in one life. Now, let's go straight into it. Now, one thing I will be using throughout the video, you will see I am using a client, which is completely allowed by the server's rules. So that is something that is available to everyone, so I am going to be using it. But I won't be using anything that I can't get on, say, a phone or a tablet or something like that. So the first thing I'm doing at the moment is simply just trying to get out of spawn. Now you may notice I have my coords completely gone, they're not there on my screen at all. And that's simply because I don't want you guys to be knowing my location or whatever when I log out and the video ends and stuff like that. So it's simply just to hide it, and it removes an editing job which can actually ruin the video in many ways, because it just means there's a big black like sort of box over the screen. As you can see, I'm seeing a few people on Tracer at the moment, and these are most likely new players, so you can completely ignore them. But that one over there is swimming, so it's got to be one over there. I have no clue, but I'm sure it doesn't really matter at this point. So I'm currently doing at the moment is simply trying to get to a highway, so I can get out of spawn quite easily. And generally, there is a chance of getting more resources on a highway because it's more travelled. And also, it's far less dangerous than going through the Nether where there's lava and everything like that. And because I'm doing this on hardcore, it's generally much easier just to do it via a highway. Now, one thing I would advise is before you leave spawn, actually just set a home there. Just so then if you ever need to come back for any reasons, then you just have a way of getting back nice and quickly. And while it might not be in the exact spot you want to get to, it will be generally in a pretty close direction, which will be much faster than, say, setting a spawn at like 10,000 blocks on a highway, or something like that, where it'll take a lot more time to get to. Now, one thing you might have just noticed there is that I barely didn't take full damage, and then I went up a bit because I knew I was going to take some more if I'd gone up that much higher, which I did. So I actually jetpacked back up just so I didn't take the full damage, because basically the server only takes full damage if you are landing on a block lower than where you came from. So that's a nice little fact to know, just because it can help you get out of dying off like these lava casts and things like that a little bit easier. So right there you can see I actually took a bit of full damage, which is not ideal. You do not want to be taking that much full damage, and right there I just did it again. So I really want to be walking for this entire thing, just so I don't lose any excess hunger while actually traveling to my destination. Okay, so now we're actually on the highway, so now we can actually just start heading out of spawn. There's no real risk because the amount of people on the highway are going to be very few, so as long as I just keep an eye on it, it should be pretty easy. Thankfully, from back in the old days of the server, there's actually a nice little path already laid out for us, so we can travel across it pretty easily. Okay, now that was close. That was very close. I very nearly died there. I barely managed to get out of that. That was, yeah, that we don't want to be doing that. We really don't want to be doing that. Our hunger's already going down, which is not ideal. So we really need to be careful now as we get excess spawn. So you can actually finally start to see a little bit of the map up there. So we can actually see a bit where it's not just lava casts and portal frames and bedrock from back in the old days of the server, and it's actually somewhat terrain. I mean, it's certainly not optimal, but yeah, there is a bit, and there is a chest up there, so I will go and have a quick look at this just in case there is anything. And there is somebody that just died there. Hopefully, is there any rotten flesh? There is. Alright, this rotten flesh, or any sort of food, rotten flesh, spider eyes, even pufferfish, if you're willing to go that far, are all helpful because they can keep you alive. Because you can actually die of hunger in hard mode. And look at this. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, we actually have things now. See, this is why you always check check chests, because you never know. There could always be some things in here. I'm actually going to take this crafting table as well. But we've just gotten some iron. There's a bed here. We can... Actually, the beds aren't really that useful because if we die, we're out. But, you know, it can still help. It can still help. We're jumping a bit more than I'd like to, so we're hopefully going to stop that. Here we are. But we actually managed to get a little bit of gear. That is how easy it is. We're not even off the highway. We're literally on it. But here we are. And yet, here we've got iron and coal, and we're less than 1,000 blocks away from 0, 0. Here we actually have a nether portal. However, I'm not going to go in the nether just yet because I really want to be getting out of spawn and being able to get wood and stuff. just so I can get a bit of armor, so any lava or anything shouldn't kill me. So we're actually going to move past this, even though it would be a faster way of escaping. It's much more risky, and since we're in hard mode, I don't really want to risk it. So you notice this there, I actually just jetpacked past that spider that's over there. And that's because literally any damage is really vital until we're actually able to get a stable source of food. So until we do that, really everything is a risk to us. Any skeleton, any zombie, anything, we really just want to avoid unless we know we can kill it. So say like that, so like that skeleton here. You see that? We have to get out here nice and quickly. Oh, we've been shot. Oh no, this is not good. Oh no. Oh, no, this is not good. But here we are, we got out of that. But that skeleton, that could have been the series over right there. Like, that's how easy it is to die. So you want to make sure you're saving every bit of food, every bit of health you possibly can, and really trying not to take any sort of stupid damage or full damage or anything from any mobs or, yeah, full damage. Like I said, full damage. Oh, how lovely. Now, what I'm actually doing right now is I'm trying to see if there's any fish in the water, just because, like, here we are, look. This is free food that people pass up. And this is why you've got all the highways are connected to oceans, so the majority of them have an ocean that's within 1,000 blocks of spawn. So that is free food. I can eat that now because I know I can get more. Like this is really quick and easy food that most people wouldn't go for just simply because oh it's too much effort or oh it's not that much. Like this as well. Look, there's something can't hit me. It's the server's too laggy for it to be able to even find me, let alone hit me. I can just keep on hitting it until it dies. Okay, so I've just gotten a bit of food from just the nearby oceans, so now I'm heading back on track, but that's always a quick thing to do. So I've got the tropical fish, I've got just the normal fish, and a bit more rotten flesh, and that's just always handy just because, well, like I said, you really never know when you're going to find food. And now this would have been so nice. So if you ever find an end portal or anything like that, this is going to be your only way really to the end, and you're getting a TPA to someone, which can be really risky. So if you really want to find a way to the end, make sure you set a home at an end portal. Obviously this one isn't lit, but when you find one and it is lit, there are ones on other highways that I'm aware of. I believe the Z positive one has one. Not sure about the X positive, but I'm fairly sure that has one. So yeah, just make sure you set a spawn at an end portal because it could save your life. Okay, so I've actually managed to get to a bit of land now. I've crossed a lot of the ocean, as you can see behind me. So now I'm actually able to kill other animals, so like So like this rabbit, which just okay. Oh, you know, it's food. Also, I should mention that I'm currently on an old account. Obviously, my main account has all my normal stuff on it, and I have another old account that also has some stuff on it. So this is just a quick disclaimer that I'm not doing this on my main. I haven't like lost everything or anything like that. This is a completely old account, and you guys will not know it's me, which is nice because you will never be able to guess my name. Okay, I did also just realize I've had my chat on the entire time, so I do apologize for that. Yeah, viewing experience ruined, I guess. Okay, so what I've actually just done is you can see I have my hunger's a bit more up now, and now I've actually got full health. So that's actually really handy. So any sort of small bits of food or anything, as you can see, I only killed a few fish, or you probably can see that. I'll probably cut that out of the video. But I did only kill a couple of fish, and I'm already back to full health. Okay, the server's having a lot of lag at the moment. It can't really handle me loading as much as I am on the world. So this is going to be an interesting one. I very nearly died, but luckily I lagged back into water. So this is certainly an interesting experience, to say the least, but it's definitely... I wouldn't recommend maybe flying for a lot of it if there's a lot of people online. So do it, like, in the morning or something when there's not as many people. Just because when there's so many people loading chunks there, well, you can have some interesting experiences. However, as I say that, we have just found what we need. Well, technically we have one, but we've just found it. The wonderful dark oak forest that seems to be on every highway. I have been on 2 of the major highways, I believe, and both of them have had dark oak forest as the first wood type, which is certainly interesting, but let's go find some. So we can break the leaves, however I'm going to try and look for some just actual normal wood, because that would be very nice. One thing we can do actually with this cow is, because we have that crafting table, we can craft ourselves a furnace with the cobble we got earlier, so we can actually cook some of that steak, so we can actually have food. Okay, yeah, that was a bit close for comfort, but you know. So we're gonna actually have a look over here just to see if there is any food. You can see all the terrain is a lot more normal now, which is a very good sign because it means there's not been as much quote unquote player activity over here, but it means there should hopefully be some things. Ooh. As I say that, there is a chest in trace, not in trace range, in ESP range. So, let's have a look. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, let's try and find a way in. Okay, there seems to be a way in over here. This is certainly an interesting find. There's actually stuff here. And it's not entirely griefed. Okay, we're lagging back a little bit. That's something I don't know how to say. Okay, well there is some stone, so that's nice. We'll grab some smooth stone. Yeah, grab some of that, just because we can use that as fuel if we need it or anything. That's an interesting an interesting find. Shows that we're getting far enough out where there can be. I mean, that'll probably be grief by the time it comes out, but like, you know. I mean, it's interesting to find it just for now anyway, because it means that at least someone has been here. Okay, right, let's see. Where's my phone? There it is. Is it finished? It has. Right, beautiful. Let's take the coal out. Oh my. Okay, well that could have been the end of the series right there. Okay, yeah, that was a very, very smart move to cook that food. Oh my god. Okay, well there's some player activity. Oh, there is some wood here. Alright. So we do actually have enough for tools if I do break this, but we could do with getting a little bit more. And here we are. Actual wood. We have found actual wood. Let's see this. A chest for those who need assistance. By Sloppier Elf 2927. Well, thank you. Okay, well, there's a bit of gunpowder. We'll take that. We'll take the coal, some feathers, maybe some arrows, some string. Okay, and there's actual saplings here. Okay, right, we've actually found a place. Okay, so that's actually where I'm going to leave it for today's video. It's been super fun recording, and I hope you guys did enjoy it and found it informative. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. And of course, subscribe, because like nobody is. Seriously, look at my statistics, honestly. You really call yourself a fan, but how dare you?